Hey, Rockets, it's Mrs. Wilgenbush. Hey, today we are continuing our book club with Warriors by Erin Hunter. Hope you had a really nice long weekend. We are picking up with chapter 7. Here we go. Firepaw retraced his steps and headed back toward the stream. He thought of those eyes burning from the darkness of the Shadow Clan territory. Suddenly, he caught a faint smell in the breeze. A stranger, perhaps a Shadow Clan warrior. Instantly, a growl rumbled in Firepaw's throat. The scent message told him many things. The stranger was a she-cat, not young, and definitely not from the Thunder Clan. She carried no distinct scent from any of the clans, but Firepaw could tell she was tired, hungry, sick, and she was in an ugly mood. Dropping low, Firepaw moved forward, heading toward the scent. Then he paused in puzzlement. The warrior's scent was fainter now. He sniffed again. Suddenly, with lightning movement, a snarling ball of fur burst from the bushes behind him. Firepaw screeched in shock as the she-cat slammed in him, knocking him sideways. Two heavy paws clamped down on his shoulders and iron claws closed around the back of his neck. "Meow," he grunted, already thinking fast. If the other cat were to sink its fangs too deep, it would be all over. He forced himself to go limp, relaxing his muscles as if in submission, and then let out a pretend howl of alarm. The she-cat opened her mouth to give a triumph yell. "Ah, a puny apprentice. Easy prey for a yellow fang," she hissed. At the insult, Firepaw felt a surge of fury. Just wait. He'd show this coughed-up furball what kind of warrior he was. But not yet, he told himself. Wait until you feel her teeth again. Yellowfang bit down. Firepaw surged upward with all the strength in his powerful young body. The she-cat gave a snarl of surprise as she was thrown clear. She tumbled backward into the gorse bush. Firepaw shook himself. Not such easy prey, huh? Yellowfang hissed defiance as she tore herself free from the clinging branches. Not bad, young apprentice, she spat back, but you'll need to do a lot better. Firepaw blinked when he saw his opponent clearly for the first time. The she-cat had a broad, almost flat face and round orange eyes. Her gray fur was long and matted into smelly clumps. Her ears were torn and ragged, and her muzzle was traced with scars of many old battles. Firepaw stood his ground. He puffed out his chest and glared a challenge into the intruder's face. You're in Thunder Clan hunting ground. Move on. Who's going to make me? Yellowfang drew back, her lip defiantly, exposing stained and broken teeth. I will hunt. Then I will leave. Or maybe I'll stay a while. Enough talk, Firepaw spat, feeling the stir of ancient cat spirits deep within inside him. There was no trace of the house cat in him now. His warrior blood was up. He was itching to fight, to defend his territory, and to protect his clan. Yellowfang seemed to sense the change in him. Her fierce orange eyes sparked with new respect. Dipping her head and breaking eye contact, she started to back off. No need to be hasty now, she purred in silky tone. Firepaw wasn't fooled by her trickery. Claws extended and fur on end, he leaped forward, his war cry ringing out, Grrrr! With a hiss of rage, the other cat responded, snarling and spitting, young cat and old locked together. They rolled over and over, teeth and claws flashing, ears pressed flat to his head. Firepaw fought to keep a grip, but the she-cat's clumpy fur snagged in his claws, and he couldn't break through to her skin. Then Yellowfang reared up on her back legs, her filthy tail bristling. She looked even bigger. Firepaw sensed Yellowfang's huge jaws lunging toward him. He leaned backward just in time. Snap! Bared teeth closed in on the air next to his ear. Instinctively, Firepaw lashed out with a back swipe. His paw caught the side of Yellowfang's head. The force of it sent shock waves up his front legs. Yow! Stunned, Yellowfang dropped onto four paws. She shook her head to clear it. In a single heartbeat before the she-cat recovered, Firepaw saw his chance. He threw himself forward, crouching low, clamped his jaws tight on Yellowfang's back leg. Murgh! The taste of the matted fur was horrible, but he chomped down hard. Yow! Yellowfang screamed in agony and whipped around to snap at Firepaw's tail. Her teeth connected and pain lanced up Firepaw's spine, but it only made him angrier. He ripped his tail from his opponent's grip and lashed it back and forth in rage. Yellow Fang crouched ready for a fresh attack. Her breath seemed to wheeze up from her foul-smelling lungs. The scent blasted Firepaw's nose. Up close, the message of desperation and weakness, and the aching void of the she-cat's hunger was almost painful. Something stirred in him, an unwarrior-like feeling he didn't want. Pity. He tried not to dwell on his instinct. He knew his loyalty must be to his clan, but he couldn't shake free of it. You speak from your heart, young Firepaw. Lionheart's words echoed in his head once more. This will make you a stronger warrior one day. Then Tiger Claw's warning rang in his ear. Or it might make him give in to the kitty pet weakness right at the moment of attack. Yellow Fang lunged forward and Firepaw jerked instantly back into aggression. The bigger cat tried to reach up onto its shoulders and get a killing grip, but this time she was hampered off by a wounded leg. Gruff! Firepaw arched his spine, but Yellow Fang managed to dig her claws in and hung on tight. The bigger cat's weight forced him to the ground. Firepaw tasted earth on his tongue and he spouted a mouthful of grit. Poof! He twisted nimbly to avoid Yellow Fang's thrashing back legs and thorn-sharp claws that were trying to rake his soft underbelly. Over and over they rolled, biting and snapping. Moments later they broke apart. Firepaw was gasping for breath now, but he sensed that Yellow Fang was weakening. The she-cat was badly wounded, and her back legs could barely support her scrawny body. Had enough yet? Firepaw growled. If the intruder gave way, he'd let her go with just a warning bite to remember him by. Never. Yellow Fang hissed back bravely, but her injured leg gave way and she slumped to the ground. She tried to get up and failed. Her eyes were dull as she hissed up at Firepaw. If I weren't so hungry and tired, I have shredded you to mouse dust. The she-cat's mouth twisted in pain and defiance. Finish me off. I won't stop you. Firepaw hesitated. He'd never killed another cat before. Perhaps in the heat of the battle, he would. But a mercy killing in cold blood? That was something very different. What are you waiting for? Yellow Fang taunted. You're dithering like a kitty pet. Firepaw smarted at the she-cat's words. Could she smell the scent of two legs on him, even now, after all this time? I am an apprentice warrior of ThunderClan, he snapped. Yellow Fang narrowed her eyes. She'd seen Firepaw flinch at her words, and she knew she'd hit a nerve. Ha! She snorted. Don't tell me ThunderClan is so desperate they have to recruit kitty pets now. ThunderClan is not desperate, hissed Firepaw. Prove it then. Act like a warrior and finish me off. You'll be doing me a favor. Firepaw stared at her. He would not be goaded into killing this miserable creature. He felt his muscles relax. His curiosity pricked him. How had a clan cat gotten in such a state? ThunderClan elders were looked after better than kits. You seem to be in an awful hurry to die, he meowed. Yeah, well, that's my business, mouse fodder, Yellow Fang snapped. What's your problem, kitty? Are you trying to talk me to death? Her words were brave, but Firepaw could smell the hunger and sickness that were coming off the other cat in waves. She was going to die anyway if she didn't eat soon. And since she could hardly hunt for herself, perhaps he should kill her now. The two cats looked at each other, uncertainty in both of their gazes. Wait here, Firepaw ordered at last. Yellow Fang seemed to deflate. Her hackle smoothed out, and her tail lost its gorse bush stiffness. Are you kidding, kitty? I'm going nowhere. She grunted, limping painfully toward a patch of softer heather. She flopped down and began licking her leg wound. Firepaw glanced briefly over his shoulder at her and hissed quietly in exasperation before heading for the trees. As he padded silently through the ferns, sun-warmed odors filled his nose, and he caught the sour reek of a long-dead rat. He heard the scratching of insects beneath the bark, the rustle of furry things scurrying over leaves. His first thought had been to go and dig up the thrush he had killed earlier, but that would take too long. Maybe he should go and scoop up the rat carcass. Easy meat, but a starving cat needed fresh kill. Only when times were very hard had a warrior eat crow food. Just then he paused, scenting a young rabbit ahead. A few more steps he saw it. Flattening himself, he stalked the creature. He was barely a mouse length away before it detected him. By then it was too late. The white bobtail darting away sent the thrill of the chase surging through Firepaw's veins. A rush of speed, a flash of claws, and he had it. He had the wriggling body so fast and finished it off quickly. Yellow Fang looked up tiredly as Firepaw dropped the rabbit on the ground beside her. Her gristled jaw dropped. Well, hello again, Kitty. I thought you'd gone to fetch your little warrior friends. Yeah, well, I still might do that, and don't call me Kitty, Firepaw growled and shoving the rabbit near his nose. He felt embarrassed by his kindness. Look, if you don't want this... Oh, no, Yellow Fang meowed hastily. I do want it. Firepaw watched the she-cat rip open the prey and start to swallow it down. His own hunger rose and his mouth filled with water. He knew he shouldn't even be thinking about eating. He still had to take back enough prey for the clan, but a fresh kill smelled delicious. A few minutes later, Yellow Fang gave a huge sigh and flopped onto her side. First fresh kill I've had for days. She licked her muzzle clean and settled down to give herself a thorough wash. As if one wash is going to make a difference. Firepaw thought, his nose switching. She was the arch cat of stench. Her eyes the tattered remnants of the prey. There wasn't much left to line a growing cat's belly, but his fight with Yellow Fang had sharpened his appetite even more. He gave in to his hunger and gulped down the scraps. It was delicious. He licked his lips, savoring every last taste, tingling from head to paw. Yellow Fang watched him closely, showing her stained teeth. Better than the muck 2 legs feed some of our brothers, isn't it? She mewed slyly. Knowing she had found his sore spot, she was trying to antagonize him. Firepaw ignored her and began to wash. It's poison, Yellow Fang went on. Rat droppings. Only a spineless bag of fur would accept such disgusting frog spawn. She broke off and tensed. Shh, warriors coming. Firepaw was also aware of cats approaching. He could hear their soft paw fall on the leaf litter and the sound of fur swishing through the branches. He smelled the wind brushing against their coats. Familiar smells. These were ThunderClan warriors, confident enough in their territory not to care about the noise they were making. Firepaw licked his lips guiltily, hoping to wash away any traces of the scraps he just swallowed. Then he looked at Yellow Fang and the fresh pile of rabbit bones that lay beside her. The clan must be fed first. Lionheart's voice rang through his head once more. But surely he would understand why Firepaw had fed this wretched creature. His mind reeled suddenly, fearful of what would happen to him. His first apprentice tax, and he had ended up breaking the warrior code. And that's the end of chapter 7. Gosh, you guys, I hope your book clubs are going really well and you guys are enjoying them. I'm kind of getting into this book too. I can't wait to hear what's going to happen next. So until then, take care.